What up, world? It is the whole world now. This is the MattyO's show. We are here in Nokia, Finland at the Beast. Gonna show y'all take a round trip on the MattyO's show. We don't know what's gonna happen. I've only been here once. I played around yesterday, so take two, baby, and y'all get to see it. Let's go. We're gonna start off with this Roll Tide Orbit Trust here. Hole 1, 321 feet, 321. That'd be a good score the first 3 rounds right there. Just gonna throw it flat and let the gravity suck it left. Woo! That looked good. I don't know where that tree came from. Maybe a little early. I said this is take 2. Let's go ahead and give this one that first down of European Open. Let's just go with that. We got a whole course to go, y'all. Truly already, I played this course once, and I can already tell you this is one of my favorite courses I've ever played, simply by the beauty, the culture, the outer exteriors of the course. You got the lake over there on hole 5, I believe. And our hole 6 is tee box that you can just literally jump in. I mean, it's got everything to offer here. Can't wait I'll be back. You better believe that. So we got 2 on the first. I'm gonna skip this one up for my confidence. Hopefully this pink one's down here because I'm sure. Yeah, let's take that one. I gotta work on these uphill putts, man. That's like probably my biggest con in my whole statistic game is my uphill putting. So let's work on it right here. Hole 1. Whew. Not the prettiest one, but just pick it up though. Ain't it crazy how easy that is with the driver sometimes? And let's get some room so we can get to the big dog holes coming up. This is one of the holes where this is what I love about this event already, and it's one thing about the Pro Tour I wish we would go to is like a 4-round tournament with a 3-round cut, just because everybody's getting so freaking good, man, and you gotta press down the gas pedal so much you don't even really get a game plan. This is like the first course, besides maybe USDGC, that you really can have a game plan and stick to it, and it really pay off dividends. And like for instance, this hole right here, it doesn't look really crazy hard, but dude, you birdie this hole 1 out of 4 times. I honestly think that's a good score with the wind and all that. So, like for me, this one, the first 2 rounds, I'm just going to put it in play. Try to just start off without trying to get up there. You don't want to start off over par on this course because just try to play this one safe. And a lot of holes are like this out here where you gotta really, it's like playing chess out here. Most of the time on tour, we're playing checkers. Out here, you got to play a little chess. Well, we're here at hole 2, the Beast, 381 uphill, a little left to right funnel, or right to left funnel, my bad. I feel like the wind's going to be really important on this hole to see how much you can attack it. The backhand's freaking hard on this hole. It looks like you can it's a lot trickier it looks in real life than it might be on camera. So I'm going to try out this new Silver Lat Rive. Just had it in the bag yesterday. It's a keeper. It's a keeper. One more. Julio Jones done made it to Finland, baby. And that's a no-no right there. Let me try one backhand, maybe roller. Good old 295 foot control roller. Not in the resume, so we'll definitely go sidearm on this one. This hole's a lot harder than it looks. I think 1 out of 4 on this hole ain't too bad, personally. These freaking cheapo glasses. I lost my Ray-Bans in the award ceremony. Went on stage. They fell off my head. They told us to get out the way for the top 3. Never saw them again. Rest in peace, Ray-Bans. So I'm back to they're gonna fall off the head all the time this week because they got them cheap screws. They ain't been falling on my head with the Ray-Bans because they don't stretch. They're badass. So already out here throwing out of bounds. Exactly opposite of what I talked about on the tee, but bad wind today. Let's just get up and down with this par or bogey. A little work to do. There we go. Not what you want to do on this hole. Number 1 rule, don't go out of bounds. Oscar Bravo for sure is a no-no. I really just think 1 out of 4 and you good. Next hole. All right, we're on hole 3 at the Beast. 263 meters. That's somewhere around 862 in feet. I think this is where the chess begins. You guys have strategic moves on this hole. Like for instance, I think I'm gonna lay this hole up definitely the first 2 rounds, see how the wind plays for the first 2, just to not have catastrophic beginnings, because staying in the mix here is important. I believe just trying to stay along, not trying to do the roller coaster. And as we see over here, I can already see the roller coaster beginning in the car ahead of us. So just putting it in play, getting super aggressive on the second shot, and then you just gotta use your heart and grind that last little bit out. It's got a little slope at the end that you can't really see. I noticed yesterday. Got to kind of have speed control in the upshot, but very well designed hole, epically designed. Puts the player's mind into it, which we need. And I'm gonna show you how to lay up with the best of them. I'm gonna show you how to be aggressive with the best of them. 1 each. Gonna throw mine. This is an Ati. This is gonna be my next Tour Series disc, the Orbit Ati. Probably coming to you here in about 3 to 5 weeks. Highly recommend it. Very predictable. I don't know what they call them. Fairway, very predictable fairway driver, over stability. I'm gonna be relying on this disc a lot this week. I really like this plastic in the Orbit because it doesn't have the crazy bounce like normal overstable fairway drivers do, so I can really pinpoint it. Let's see if I can describe what I see. That's a no-no. Go with the Matty flow. Let's go big here. Well, that was really good, but I'm gonna lay it one more time because I really think this is the play. Bust this old school Warden out somebody gave me a few weeks ago. Thank you very much. We'll see how that plays. I don't know this place well enough to know where that is, so we gonna find out. I think that's good though. That is one thing about going for this tee shot though. If you put it in play anywhere up here on the second piece of the fairway, you pretty much set up with one of the easiest birdies on the course if you can get here. So that is one risk reward of this hole. If you can get up here, up and down, it's one of the easiest holes. Like I said, the aggressive play does get you that, but if you end up back there where no bueno. That was smooth. This is where that one landed from the second shot where I was aggressive. Really just want to make sure you don't do nothing dumb out here, so I'm just gonna get that easy birdie and move on. And that's hole 3, par 5. In my opinion, I think you want to get that one 3 out of 4. Let's go to hole 4. Hole 4, the beast. Nokia, Finland, that is. I think this is the beast, though. Hole 4, 186 meters, that's 610 feet, par 4. Super demanding tee shot, super demanding everything. You can't cheat it. They got Mandos up here, so you got to stick to the tunnel. Well, my play call, this one is I'm going to hand the ball off, put it in play. Hopefully don't get called for a no holding penalty. And then I'm going deep on second down. Hopefully tap in on third down for the first down. And then, but this hole, you're going to see a wide variety of scores on this one. This one, you really want to take your medicine on this tee shot, for real, and just put it in play. I kind of just pretend like the middle tree ain't there, and boom. Got my old school Warden here. No left. Well, that's the tree I said you got to pretend's not there, but let's try this truth. I like that a lot better. To me, that's all you pretty much want to do on this hole. Is just 270 to the right, put it in play, and then convert that second down, baby. So I put it right where I want it. Super freaking cool green here. I guess I'm just gonna play the dice roll, throw it up high through the trees, because everything's gonna funnel down. Told y'all I'm not a good uphill putter. So I'm gonna try to crash it through the trees over there. And am I lucky? Oof. The dice were right, baby. I like that play. I'll take this every time. One of the most beautiful holes out here. Honestly, I'm gonna say you want to get this one 2 out of 4. If you want to hang in that top 10 this week, 2 out of 4. Let's go to the next one. So we're here, hole 5, the beast, European Open, hole 5, 100 meters, that's 328 feet, Americana. I just figured out something though, to help your chess game a little bit, to really stay on top of your chess game. I just noticed there's a elevation chart here. So it shows you how downhill the hole is. So if you really want to stay on top of your chess game, make sure you're making the right moves. This little thing comes in clutch right here. First time I've ever seen anything like it. It's the future right there, I like it. Super cool. But this hole's a little trickster. Super gravity downhill. I'm sure the camera don't do it justice, but I'm going backhand because I'm not the luckiest guy. So I'm gonna throw sidearm, it's gonna roll down the hill every time. I already know it. So I'm just gonna throw the MattyO's Maiden. I'm gonna still try to play on the right side. I'm gonna try to put this thing up on the top hill, do the little Masters green, whoop, slide it down like a golf green. B-. I lied, I'm gonna throw one more. I'm honestly thinking about now throwing this little turnover and kind of just trying to squeak past that first tree, play it, kick it off. Let's see if that works better. Okay. Ooh, let's go. That's better. So definitely everybody's gonna be trying to play that right side, or if they're not, they should. and just kind of let the disc feed to itself. Little tricky one, little tricky. Oh! That was one of the best uphill putts of my life. Still didn't go in. Progress though. Yeah, that hole's a little tricky, icky, but still a really good just park hole. I'm gonna say 3 out of 4 for your top 10. You wanna get to the next one. Let me tell you one of the best parts about European water. Got no snakes, no gators, no sharks here. No water moccasins, no stingrays. I mean, hallelujah. Oh, there are bears though. Gotta watch for them bears though. I forgot about that. But they don't swim. Oh, they do swim. Hold up. Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. I forgot. See, I don't know. Don't put that on there. That embarrassed me. You can cut it right before I said it. I remember back whenever Seppo and I were traveling, for a little bit, he told me that Minnesota reminded him most of Finland, and I almost might have to slightly agree on his statement. If you had to compare Finland to one place in America, it would definitely be ironic, right? Vikings, you know. We back, hole 6, the beast. It's just a straight flat line, 100 meters. That's 328 in Americana. Plus 7 meters, that's plus 23. Michael Jordan up, bam, and feet. You want to keep this one low. This is like the Tiger Woods 2-iron stinger. You really just want to keep it low, penetrate it fast, and let it bounce up. The higher you get, I think the more trouble is going to come along. New VIP Ice Orbit Bear. I highly recommend this disc. It's kind of like a 90s style driver, kind of old school, but very effective. One of my favorites I've ever thrown. The bear. Oh, you got to watch out for them bears out there too. I heard, and we talked about the moccasins and the gators and all that, but I forgot about them bears. You got it. That is one thing. That's all I'm gonna throw on this one. So y'all ready for y'all's tip of the day? Tip of the day, tip of the day. One thing I started doing last week though that I really like, it's a Scott Stokely tip, but he says he likes to hold his arm out till it either hits the chains or at least flies by the chains. But what I really like about that though is it keeps you from not doing the recoil, and it really makes you commit to your stroke. And I've started it the second round of the PCS, and I love it because it just keeps you from doing like that, or it just kind of makes you have to commit to it. So hold the arm out till at least hits the chains and goes in, or if you accidentally airball it and it goes past the chains, drop the arm down. That's your tip of the day. So Vegas just called. He said MGM says the over and under for best round this week is going to be 12.5. You heard it here first. Hole 7, that's the Mickey Mantle hole for all y'all Yankees fans. 185 meters. That's 606 in Americana. Got a little 3.5 meter, 11.5 elevation rise. Everything slopes like this. This is like one of the best holes out here in my opinion, just because if you put your shot in play, can be kind of a reasonable birdie up and down. You still got to really grind that upshot out, but I feel like this hole can easily get ugly really quick. That, I said it before, that's Cambodia on the right. No. So just going up to the hill to the left, just got to watch out for that path. Is that path OB? Oh, you ain't got to worry about the path. Just go up there. We're going to stick with the bear. I told y'all off the last tee you should get one now. I like it though. Let's go a little faster. Now that I realize there's not OB on the left, it might not be a bad play just to go ahead and club up and just rip that thing. Twinning. Well, off to the races. Man, those were super good. And this is where I advise to just take your medicine. This is where all those young whippersnappers just want to get up and throw rollers and all kind of crazy stuff. I'm just gonna try to get my par. Par is good. Y'all remember that. Par is good. Warship, so I can get that free glide. Took my medicine. No, down there. Super cool tree right here. One thing I think course directors don't do enough is when you see super cool trees under that, it's a good place to put a good basket. I don't think we use the cool trees enough. Like having a real exotic cool tree basket placement. We need more of that. I'm gonna try to do the elevator going down. Woo! Let's try that again. That's a fun putt. Cool tree though. Yeah, we need more baskets under trees that are cool. That's hole 7, the Mickey Mantle hole out here. 2 out of 4, you're good. Hole 8. Hole 8, the beast. 72 meters, that's 236 Americana. Par 3. I ain't gonna lie, this is that funky cold Medina hole because funky stuff happens on this one, man. Everybody in my group yesterday threw it and we weren't within 50 feet of each other, so some funky stuff going on this one. So throw it, cross that it doesn't roll. Very traditional shot, just a traditional stall. You really want to get this one though. We're gonna go with my Bard. How fitting here. I love this disc. The Bard. Foot fault. Good though. Don't tell nobody. I was definitely a foot fault, so we're gonna re-tee it. How did she get in front of us? She's slick. Let's test those out and see where they land. Those were 2 good little, check them out and see how they roll shots. Because you never know what's on the other side. Definitely the shortest, easiest hole in the course, but man, this is one of those that anything can happen. I feel like the more you try to park it too, the more danger there is because it's up on the hill. So kind of playing it wide ain't that bad of a play. Here's that first one, it's short. So let's see where the red one landed, because that was more what I'm thinking. And I foot faulted, so. I told you it's that funky cold Medina. I mean, well, like I said, funky. Threw it wide. Ain't nothing you can do here but just, I ain't even gonna go down the middle. Let's just pitch it over there. That's what you gotta do out here in this European disc golf. Gotta play them golf greens. But even though this one's funky, I'm gonna say you wanna get this one 3 out of 4 to the next one. All right, hole 9, the beast, 103 meters. That's 338 Americana. Negative 2.5 meters, negative 8 for y'all chess players. I got the Jakob special here. He told me sidearm, and he's right because I threw like the moneyest backhand ever, parked it, but then I threw a okay sidearm and they were right next to each other. So I was like, okay, you're right. So I'm gonna go sidearm on this one. Just cross my fingers on them 2 trees and swing it to the hole. My new freshman receiver, 5-star. Gonna be my money Ooh, I like that. Let's try one more. Just to prove it wasn't luck, you know. I ain't lucky, I'm just hood. A little wide opener than it looks on the off the tee over here. Wide opener, sorry, more wide open. So I feel like you really got to get this one. Hold it all the way till it hits the chains. But I'm gonna say you want to get this one 3.5 out of 4 times. The reason I say half, if you get the roll, that's the half. But you want to go for 4 if it doesn't get a bad roll. Now to the Olympic part of the course. Now we're here to the back 9 at the Beast. Hole 10, 230 meters, 75.5 in Americana. 26 foot downhill, -8 meters for y'all chess players. Super windy right now. We got a storm brewing right now, so got a straight headwind coming right now. But to me, if there was ever like the Olympics in disc golf and we had a disc golf course for the Olympics, I feel like this back 9 would kind of be like a prototype for a good Olympic disc golf for like the way the course sets up, which is, I mean, this back 9 is like real disc golf right here. You got to use your brain, your arm, everything has to come in sync on this back 9. And I was warned before I got here how hard this back 9 was, so, and they weren't even kidding. I don't know where this driver's about to go. It could go that way. It could go that way. It ain't going that way, but this hole's playing really hard right now. This hole's almost playing like a par 4.5 right now. It's almost impossible to lay up. There's almost no layup zone in the middle, so you've got to almost lay up to the corner if you don't make it, which makes that final shot uber difficult. Got you a foot to ball field here. Honestly, one of the things about me is I've never watched coverage of the European Open, believe it or not, because I always told myself I wanted to save it for when I actually saw it. So I'm like, this hole don't look nothing like it does on camera. I didn't even want to have nothing to use against the camera or nothing. So I'm glad I didn't either, because this place it's refreshing, super nice. And I did see Chandler Kramer throw that roller last year because of the internet. So I have seen this hole a little bit, but I never knew the aspect of the hole. But like I said, this is like one of them holes you'd see at the Olympics, you know, when we make it, which it won't be long. I'm gonna go with my Tristan Tanner Rive here, my beef dog. Good shot. I feel like that's where a majority of the players are gonna land on this hole, is towards that tree. That's kind of what we're aiming for. We just hope for the hookup, but that's gonna be a majority spot from there. Let's try one just to see how this just flies in the headwind, for all those who are wondering. Ooh, that's a baby. That disc is so money. And this is where the adder comes in big handy. The one thing I like about this upshot, once you get up to like in the real dance floor territory, if you hit and roll, the hay bales will stop you, which is super cool. So playing it to the left of the basket is pretty much what you want to do. Just kind of throw to the 2 little lattice fences with the trees, put from there, and that's what I'm gonna try to do here. Sounds a lot easier than done though, because you know, a lot easier said than done, but we're gonna try it. B+. I'll take that. Let's learn this thing a little more. Oh, that's money.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that disc is a keeper. But yeah, this is definitely the start of the course where you really gotta buckle down and use your mind. And you gotta really think that like, hey, I didn't have a really good start, but so much can happen that you really can make up strokes from which you didn't from previous, which is something we don't really get a lot. Sometimes when people, because you know you got to shoot 12 or 13 on tour, you start off 3 down the front 9 or 2 down, you're just like, ugh. So it's kind of like a breath of fresh air for us just to have to play every hole, and every hole can mean something detrimental or really good. So that's good to just try to stay here the whole time. So I don't have a coach, but the Alabama head coach for the Crimson Tide, greatest college football coach of all time. And my dad passed away like 3 years ago. So even though he's still here in spirit and I hear him talk all the time, like Saban is like my father figure who I'm kind of listening to that's still around. And I always use him and my dad in my head as like my coach of what to do and not to do. Because a lot of the disc golf plays are like football calls. Do you want to run the ball? Do you want to go deep? Oh, you get lucky. Oh, maybe that was a lucky holding call. And everybody kind of jokes at me like, oh, that Saban stuff and all that. But I really do use it to my advantage because it is strategically out here. And there is like kind of like a set of downs. We got par 5s where it's almost like you got 4 sets of downs. And, you know, especially these days, everybody be going for it on 4th down in the NFL. So even though it seems cheesy, I really believe it's good for me, and it's good for keeping me here and for Saban and my Roll Tide fans, you know. Okay. Might be able to do some cool putt here. Swing. On this hole, I really believe that if you just get this one 1 out of 4 times, you're doing really good progress, because so much with the wind and can happen on here. I don't know what the forecast is. There is a little rain that could be forecasted too, so I feel like this is going to be one of the ones that in practice we're just ripping. But whenever you get to the tournament, you better believe that butt's going to be puckering. Woo! Yeah. Must be a 173. One side's heavier than the other. But yeah, this hole, this is the start of the course. This is where you got to bust the chest out and keep it present. By the way, I might be the first person in disc golf history that might need caption for English. So we might offer caption for my English, we might not, but I know I need it. So tricky mofo right here. 131 meters, that's 429 Americana feet. Not much for the chess players, pretty flat, little downhill. Man, besides 16 and 18 in this hole, most of the holes out here I feel like you can kind of play and get your part pretty kind of easily, but it's a good game plan. This one, layup's hard. Going for it's hard. I have no clue what I'm gonna do on this one, honestly, but they say there's a big gap between them trees. I don't believe it. I ain't really seen it that yet. It ain't that big to me. So, I don't know. I might even just throw it and crash the trees and drop. I don't even know what I'm gonna do here. My last Tristan Trainer Rob. This is a good running disc right here. Anybody got one more for me? I need it at Ledgestone. I've waved to like 60 people so far in Finland. I ain't got one wave back either. But I heard they're like the nicest people in the world. They just don't show it at first. So like I wave and they're probably like at the beginning, they're not like, seem like they got no manners at all. Like as far, but they're really truly like the nicest people, man. Like they really are. You got to break them in a little bit.
They're very shy, I think.
They're very shy, but you wave at them, like no wave back yet. Hold the door open, thank you, no thank yous. They do what they do, but they're good hearted people, super nice. That actually might be safe, but one more. I ain't really got many discs for this shot. You gotta really put some oomph on this one. Oh, that looks good. Hey, I did it. That's the best shot I'll ever have on this hole. This is a pretty freaking hard hole, in my opinion. Just all wind, rain, a lot of effects on this hole that come really into play. Layup might not even be a bad play during it. So, and the layup is pretty easy, but the second shot after the layup is the reason why I don't think I'm going to lay this one up at all. Because even if you put it here, that's tricky as heck right there. So I just see people going for this one. Layup's just too hard. Woo! Super confidence booster right there. I thought I was never going to birdie this hole. You par this hole every round. I don't think it's hurting you none. Just don't do no over par damage on this hole and you're fine. To the next one.
What made you come to Europe?
Honestly, knowing that the European Championships has grown and people like last year, Luke Humphreys is a big part of it, honestly, too, because he told me, man, you got to go, man. The crowds, the environment, people are going to love you, blah, blah, blah. You got to go. And just knowing that I always had to go, but I'm definitely going to really think about coming. I think I'm about 85% sure I'm going to take me and my girlfriend, who will probably be my wife at the time, next year to do the Euro Tour, because really liked what Paul did this year. Like coming over here and seeing him play, building it, showing how he grew the game over here and blah, blah. And we were all like, man, we're in Corn at that time too, so it's like the worst part of the American Tour, no offense. But like, I got a lot of respect for Paul, and one of the biggest reasons I do is because he helped all the other players on tour help get a good payday. Like without Paul, I wouldn't be right here right now. Like I give him so much kudos on that. And just like even this European tour, he makes us all want to come next year. And I believe a lot of us will. And I love that. He just helps pave the way, shows, you know, he's mad respect, Paul. To my favorite part of the course, these next 1, 2, 3 holes are probably my 3 favorite holes out here. Hole 12, 183 meters, that's 600 feet Americana. Michael Jordan uphill feet for y'all's chess players. Super technical shot here. I was throwing backhand yesterday, but with this wind coming across, I'm probably gonna throw sidearm. But in the tournament, I probably will throw a little flip and dipper. Over the valley, through the woods, up the hill to the corner of the road. Epic hole. Let's show you guys how it's done. We got a storm brewing, so I probably need to start really buckled down, taking my time, and let's try to just go one shot from here to end, see how that works. Just fine. I think anything past that tree to the right, I'd even give everything past that a B+ or better. But we got a storm brewing. We got to keep rolling. Roll Tide, baby.
What's that?
Roller, is it an option for you?
Oh no, that's where Coach Saban will give me an ass chewing if I end up throwing roller here. No, no, no. It's just, I don't think it's worth it. And I'm superstitious. I want to make all the Mandos when I walk too. Superstitious, let's walk through the Mando and, you know, while I'm walking and make sure I don't walk, miss it. I am. Such a good disc golf hole right here. Like I said, anything past this tree up here, it feeds up, you're super fine. I just like throwing it in front of that bush. Don't even play the left turn. Let it just feed to it. Kind of like that shot on, I think it was hole 4. Same thing. Gonna go with my trusty pine. This disc has made me probably $10,000 this year. Thank you, JP, for hooking me this up last year. The Emporia Worlds. You're a lifesaver. Sorry I couldn't hang out with you last week, KC. I had to get my teeth done. I'll see you next week, though. A little early. We'll try that again. Oh yeah, that's it. I like that, feeding it back to the hillside. Take your putt from there. Giving too much advice away. This is like that tournament putt right here. It's that putt that nobody practices, but you always get one of these in the tournament. That's why you gotta practice it. Such a good hole right here. But like I said, I like throwing it straight, bank it off the hill. A little Augusta National play, bank the hill, bam, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna say you wanna get this one. I'm gonna say 2.5 out of 4. Just because of the little limbs and stuff, but 2.5 out of 4 is kind of like 3's really good, 2 ain't bad, so great hole. To the next one. Dude, you need to come up with an idea out here. How to get the damn seagulls off the roof, man. They are freaking loud over there in Temporary. I'm like, hold up. We need to come up with a mechanism that scares the seagulls off the roof so I can be rich. It's my only idea I can come up with.
Maybe, man.
Because they're everywhere. They make like crazy noises here. These seagulls are freaking, they're a different kind of seagull here. Definitely the main rats of the sea. They're even more nuisance than they are in Alabama. But there's a thought there. There's a thought. Maybe like some kind of whistle that scares them away. Like when they're on there and they're like, whoo, and they leave or something. If you want to steal my idea, please just give me 10%. I'd be thankful. Lucky hole 13, the beast. 187 meters, that's 613, Americana. That chest right there, play, the chest numbers, I don't believe that. It might be off the tee box, but that second shot goes down. So I think that one's kind of irrelevant, honestly. But just looky. That freaking tee shot's sweet. I don't really think you want to go driver here. You kind of want to go more like 3-wood, put it in play. We'll see what we got from there, guys and girls. This is one of them tee shots too where I feel like the more I try to like smoothie it, the worse it can get. I just kind of like going full send on this one. Just commit to it. And there's that 3-wood. Let's try this flow. The invisible frisbee. Now let's see when I don't full send it. Let's see how it is. I'm preaching the truth here. Let's go find that one. This is what home's like for me right here. This is that hashtag swamp life. Throw the MattyO harp. This one you just want to get past the super cool tree right there. I mean, remember I was talking about that one hole putting pins under really cool trees? So cool. So much character it brings into it. First down. That's closer than it looks. One of my favorite sayings too. I only say it when I mean it to. And to all the fans out there, one of my pet peeves is when people slam the chains and then you got this for the next player, man. It's not, that's 1999 stuff, man. Let's just get the disc out respectfully. And not, cause then they got the tangles, they can tangle, all that. Like I just saw, yeah. Can we stop that phase, please? Please. I'm gonna say on this one, 50%, 2 out of 4. Tee shots, majority of the hole. Grind that up shot out. Epic disc golf hole. To the next one. Hole 14, the real beast. No offense, Waco, Texas, but this is the real beast. 120 meters, that's 393 Americana. I don't know about that chest play. I think this one's downhill too. I don't believe that sign. I think it's just slightly downhill. Epic par 3 here. Such a great disc golf hole. Classic par 3. Not much danger. Don't see OB on here. Hold up. OB to the left all the way. OB behind the basket. Can't really tell what that is. You just gotta buck up and make a good shot here. But great disc golf hole. It's probably one of my favorite par 3 out here. Great hole. The Bear, most dangerous thing in Finland. Disc-wise too. B+. Let's go with the Maverick. That Zach Melt Maverick. Same thing. Third. C+. Oof! The Bear. But yeah, this is such an epic par 3. Now to the toughest final 4 holes in disc golf. Let's go.
Do you prefer to play without fans or with some public?
Oh, I'm fans all the way, man. That's as I call my fans, the Matley crew, because I got the weirdest freaking fans out there. You better believe it. But yeah, I'm all about the fans. It brings the excitement. Makes you feel like you got reason, and that's what we always wished for, you know, when we were all the old school players. Back then, it was always at the end of the tournament, it was like a final 9, but it would be the players, and it may be our family. That was only spectators. There weren't no real spectators. Now we get fans, and that's super cool. Like to see now.
Doesn't it bother for concentration?
No, that's just a part of it. I mean, think about freaking Tiger and all them. I mean, he's literally hitting the ball. Get it out! I mean, all that. So it's just a part of the game, you know. Like, that's a part of golf. Golf is a 4-letter word. You know, them 4-letter words they're deep. Hole 15, the beast. 145 meters, that's 475 Americana. I'm questioning that chest mark. That looks a little more than 40 feet downhill to me from being from Mobile, Alabama. I'm gonna give this one a good 60 feet downhill. That's just me. But man, I saw Chris Dickerson throw a beautiful shot on this hole yesterday, and it still almost went up. I said, I'm laying this bad boy up. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna lay this hole up. Just fundamental, get away. This is actually a really good wind to go for it, this left to right, but I'll give it one go, but I'm gonna show you my tournament play here. MattyO Harp. Anywhere in bounds is fine as long as they're not in the trees. Even like in this first little piece, it's not bad at all. Woo! A little scary there. We'll go putter. Putter layup. A lot harder than it looks. Ooh, that disc flies so straight. Show the world how hard this hole is. This hole ain't easy. And this is kind of a MattyO shot here too. I'm gonna see. Still super hard. Ooh, I put some stank on that one. But yeah, I see a lot of people laying up this hole. I guarantee you this hole goes half a par over average. It's gonna be a tough one to grind out. Let's go. MattyO Harp, all day long. Still a little meat on that chicken bone. Still very effective. Super hard layup. This layup ain't as easy as it looks because you gotta really keep the nose down and you really gotta commit to this, and it really ain't much skip here, so having it hit hard is not really that bad. Hold that arm all the way out till it hits the chains. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm laying up. It's just too difficult of a shot. I'm gonna say even par on this hole, and you are doing just fabulous. To the next one. One of the most famous holes in disc golf major history. Back here, one of the most famous holes in all of major disc golf history right here. Hole 16, the beast. 222 meters, that's 728 Americana. Not much elevation. The chest, I think it's a little more downhill than the 2 feet again. Not to be all that way. But $1,000 bounty eagle here. Love to see that the main corporations are getting involved. Ford, LL Bean for the Worlds, super awesome. One thing about this hole, you throw OB, no stroke, gotta throw again. One of the first of its kind. I love the concept. Main thing here too is you want to get over that path to be comfortable. Getting over the path is kind of like the comfortable level to get to the green. So getting over the path at any bits. Let's go with my new favorite driver. Be so good to be a kid again, wouldn't it? Enjoy your youth, kids. It goes by fast. Not as bad as I thought. After doing that, I really think I'm gonna do this play this week though. Just kind of learning my lesson. I think I'm just gonna play your traditional American Spike Heiser here. Boring, but we're gonna, this one's not boring though. Over the path, that's good. Let's try the adder just for safety reasons. I really might throw this disc though, just for guarantees. I like it, I love it. I want some more of it. I like the way this hole is though. This is the future right here because it's just pretty much extremely brutal to do stroke and distance. I mean, let's just all be honest. I mean, sometimes you really don't get the feel of who's the best player because of bad breaks. And this one, bad break in the stroke and distance ain't gonna hurt you, you know what I mean? Not that there's many bad breaks, but y'all know where I'm kind of coming from. So I think the stroke and distance is just a little too punishing. And I wish they would bring this concept more to to America. Like, I completely dig it. One thing about the Pro Tour, I wish they'd fix a little more, is having more fair drop zones. Instead of like everybody throwing OB in different spots and we all go to the same spot, can we really tell who's actually playing good that day and not by sometimes like on a scale? So I really wish they would get more fair OBs and drop zones versus where you really threw OB and not. Because sometimes they like, oh, y'all all go to the same spot. I'm like, I parked it, he shaked it OB. We're on the same spot. So I dig the concept. And it's major week. Let's make it to the hard hole. Let's play the hardest one. It's major week. Come on, we got to play it the hard way. I think I got about 322-ish. I don't know why I said just 322, but that's what I feel. To the pin. Probably the most intimidating second shot there is. Or third, or fourth. Look at that spin button, baby. That back spin sandwich. Let's try it again, though. That was some bleep. Toby Dyes hooked me up with this bad boy, this felon. Probably the most stable felon in the world. Let's give it a go. Thank you, Toby. All right, guys, that was just practice.
I thought it was going in.
We'll call that. They all look good. Just wait till I put it in on tournament day, I hope. But yeah, lay up to the second drop zone. Still tricky as heck from there, but you just got to pucker up and commit to that line and put it in there and just have no fear. Whew. My nerves are pumping on this hole after all those misses. But classic disc golf hole, one of the best stadium holes in disc golf. Even par ain't gonna kill you. Even 1 over for the first time on my video history, I'm gonna say you can go +1 on this hole for the week. It still ain't gonna hurt you. To another toughie, hole 17. Hole 17, the beast. 140 meters, that's 459 feet, Americana. Negative Michael Jordan again, feet downhill for all y'all chess players. Do not take this hole for granted again. Greg Barsby told me this hole is tricky, and make sure you stay fundamentally sound on this hole and commit to everything and every phase of this hole yesterday. And he is exactly right. Freaking super freaking Augusta National hole here because of the green, how fast it is. You want your disc to land flat. Any disc that's like this or this, see you later, alligator. Not that there's no gators here, there's only bears. But I don't think a layup the first couple rounds is bad, or depending on the wind, just kind of feel it out, feel how your round's going. If you have to go for it at the end of the tournament, I feel like it's definitely one of them types of holes. But great designed hole, love it. Not the best, but I'd take that almost every time. Oh yeah. I like it a lot. That's still a layup almost though. Let's do one layup for my health. That is not a bad play at all. This hole is not as easy as it looks on camera. You better believe that too. I think it's going to be decided on 16 and 18, the last round. I feel like this one might only be a stroke or two, but those two holes can cost you a lot more. And plus, if you maybe got like a 2-stroke lead or something, you might just decide to lay this one up if you have the lead or something like that, or depending on who does what before you, almost like a match play scenario. Because this is like, you could come up to a match play scenario in this hole and really have to know if you got to lay it up or know if you really have to go for it to try to make a move. So I think it all is just filling it out and seeing where you're sitting. Seeing, like I said, this one, even my really good one, which I thought I hit pretty plush, still short layup, but this is a slippery green, man. You got to really have some touch and really want to test your Frisbee skills, not your disc skills on this one. Just like that, baby. But yeah, hole 17, super tricky. Even par, I think you're still sitting good to the final hole. European Open, hole 18, the beast, the grand finale. 213 meters, that's 698, Americana. Plus 10, that's definitely on the upshot, not the tee shot. It kind of can go both ways. It's downhill on the tee shot, uphill on the upshot. Me, preferably, I'm gonna do this little Stolly S, just because that's kind of a little MattyO forte. Definitely see people throwing sidearm, but there are those power poles or a little slight ante. I really like this high stall, which I believe a lot of people do too. But not as hard as the last previous three. This one you really can buckle down and get the birdie on is a little more than the last three. But when those nerves kick in, you know, and then some wind, because you want to put this shot up a little high on the right. So if it gets a little windy. But I'm just going to try to throw stall, put it where that tree is. Hopefully it don't get stuck in it. To the scenario. Got a 1-stroke lead here going to the final hole of the European Open. Got one on Paul, Simon, Eagle. Actually, the whole world I got by 1 stroke, but I got a birdie because everybody's parked for birdie too, so I got a birdie to win. Let's see what I can do. Oh, that's gonna be close. Just fine. Whew. Well, there's only one miss here, and it's long and left. Besides that, if you miss anywhere besides that, you're going from steak to chicken pretty quick, you know? Or, better analogy, you're going from the steakhouse to Burger King real quick. Come on, people. You gotta imagine there's gonna be people everywhere, so. Let's go, baby, let's go. Don't leave it short, brother, please. Ooh. Maybe not steakhouse, maybe not Burger King, but we'll call that Red Lobster. Perfect little MattyO putt here though. Oh. We won't call that Burger King, we'll call this Burger King. No, par on this one's really good though. Honestly, I think if you get this one 2 out of 4, you're sitting good. Just put that tee shot in. Make sure you miss long. But hey, I want to thank y'all for giving me a shot out here. Love being on the video, love being here. Thank y'all. And let's see how it goes. Let's see if I'm right, or let's see if I'm wrong. Give a shout out to Westside, Dr. Christie Dyes, Flight Factory for the shirts. Not these, but the houndstooth one I'm gotten. There's one coming soon called Mardi Crawl. You better believe it. Till the next time. Peace.